Meteorologist Mike Favetta on your New Jersey weather forecast.
Good morning to you both. Happy Friday. Hope
Happy
you're having
Friday.
a
Did you
great
watch the
week.
eclipse last night?
I did. I got it for a little
I
bit
did
of it.
too.
It was
I'm
very
so
cool.
upset. Where have I been? I was up. I mean, not by choice, by baby. And I would have loved
That's
the show.
where you've been,
Yeah,
baby.
Exactly. I would have loved the show, but I guess, we were talking off camera. She was not herself last night.
No, my dog was a little wild. Yeah, it's
Maybe.
definitely. If it's
was
a
in the
weird
air.
Friday, I think just blame the eclipse and keep it moving.
Sure, especially if you looked up and saw just how unusual that sky looked, especially that moon with that red shade. It was very interesting.
Oh,
It was
that's
so
cool.
beautiful. It was cool.
Mhm.
I'm so
Very
sad
cool.
I missed it.
Well, we've got a nice clear day ahead, but a much colder day, especially after all of the warmth we had yesterday. Highs hitting the 70s here across New Jersey. We are a far cry from that into today. So this afternoon, our highs will only climb back into the 40s. It'll be a much cooler feel. And you notice the winds around this morning. Those winds have been howling out of the north and west, and that's what's driving down some very chilly weather. So we start off in the 30s, eventually make it up into the upper 40s, and it will feel cool throughout most of the day. But at least it stays sunny, and that's really the trend for the next few days, with a dry and sunny pattern going forward this weekend. The headlines point to a dry weekend, so that's some good news, even as we head into the rest of our Saturday and Sunday. There will be a milder finish, but more rain comes in on Monday, and then once we get to next week in time for Thanksgiving, the weather actually trends quite average and temperatures should moderate back into the 50s. So that's great news for any travel plans without any storms, going through the first few days of Thanksgiving. That is except for the rain on Monday, and that you'll see on the 3-day outlook, with temperatures throughout the next few days holding steady in the 40s. Same for you tomorrow, pretty much the same weather as today, minus the wind. It gets a little bit more mild on Sunday, and then by Monday, likely start off with some wind and rain, maybe even some wet snowflakes north and west into portions of Sussex County. But beyond that, it turns quite dry and pleasant into Thanksgiving. We'll talk more about that coming up with a full check of your forecast. That's in a few minutes.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, Lisa. So it is officially the start of the holiday season. Thanksgiving just days away, and it is a time where there is a greater focus on helping others. They're doing that all year long at Tony's Kitchen, a food ministry of St. Luke's Church in Montclair. Joining us now is the executive director of Tony's Kitchen, Ann Mernon. Ann, good morning.
Good morning. It's lovely to be here.
And thank you so much for joining us. So can you tell us about Tony's Kitchen? What is the service that you provide to the community?
Sure. Well, we started off as a soup kitchen about 40 years ago, but we've actually really diversified our programs to recognize that food need is very diverse. So, for example, a senior at home that can't get out has different food needs than someone who might not have housing or a family with multiple children. So we do multiple programs. We have a robust soup kitchen. We also have an on-site pantry, a food truck, and some neighborhood pop-ups, which are like pop-up sort of farmers market feel in low-income neighborhoods. And then we work with about 60 of our local community groups to make sure in their programs that serve low-income families, maybe a tutoring program or a mentoring program, there's healthy food available.
That's such a beautiful thing that you're doing for all these people in need. What specifically are you seeing a need for this year?
Well, this year, what we're really surprised at is the numbers that we're seeing in terms of family need. Mm-hmm. Our senior numbers last year, all of our numbers went way up. We've seen numbers actually almost fivefold higher than previously. Our senior numbers came down a bit this year, which we expected. What we're surprised at is our family numbers. So we really need food for families in particular. We also need warm items, hats, gloves, scarves. We also have a wonderful match going on right now until Tuesday. So a dollar for dollar match made possible by the Bravitas Group and the Silver Family Foundation. So that's, pretty much what our needs are, pretty straightforward.
So, Ann, where do you guys get donations from?
So, in terms of food donations, we receive them from all kinds of places. Our community is so creative and generous. So, it could be from a local garden, it could be from a food drive at a local school. We work with restaurants and with markets who have surplus food or food that's soon to spoil. We take that in and make sure it doesn't spoil and turn it around very quickly. So we get food from lots of places. We purchase food. And of course, the Community Food Bank of New Jersey is a wonderful supporter of ours.
What's behind the name Tony's Kitchen?
So Tony was our first cook, Antoinette Green. She was here for about 20 years, a tiny little woman. I never met her, but a bundle of energy, very passionate about the mission. And so the kitchen was named after her, Tony.
Nice. So, Anne, where can the rest of us go to donate or contribute?
Sure, please do. We are at tonyskitchen.org. Tony's is spelled with an I. And just go to our donate button. Anything donated now, between now and Tuesday, will be matched dollar for dollar, which we're excited about. And if you want to drop by and make a donation of food, we're at 73 South Fullerton Avenue in Montclair. We're at St. Luke's Church. We're a ministry of the church.
Great. And people can drop off food any day of the week, or is there a certain
Yes.
drop-off day and time?
7 days a week. We're here every morning, Monday through Saturday, and then we're here Sunday in the afternoons from 3 to 5.
Before we wrap, anything happening for Thanksgiving that you want to shout out?
Oh, sure. We're doing wonderful family bags of meals. So often, as you know, when you have people over for the holidays, you have people before the holidays, after the holidays. So you need more than just a turkey. So we're giving people these lovely family meals for them to have food for their visitors. We're doing turkey distributions next week. It's going to be a very busy week.
Incredible, incredible work, Anne. So again, thank you so much for joining us this morning, folks. If you want to help, it's tonyskitchen.org. That's TONIS kitchen.org. Anne Mernon, thank you so much for your time, your effort, and your service to the community. We very much appreciate it. Have yourself a great weekend.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
So the Salvation Army says that they're seeing a significant increase in toy and gift requests for children throughout New Jersey. The price of everything has gone up this year, leaving many people questioning how they will pay rent and keep the heat on. Joining us now is Divisional Commander Major James Betts with the Salvation Army of New Jersey. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. I should clarify, Major Betts is unavailable today. My name is Major Brett DeMichael. I'm with the Salvation Army in Montclair, but I'm happy to fill in for him and answer any questions you may have.
Oh, good morning. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry for the miscommunication, but I'm here. I'm ready to go.
Well, listen, we're just happy to have someone from the Salvation Army to join us this morning. So thank you.
I'm happy to be here.
Tell us about the type of need that you are seeing this year.
Yeah, families have been hit really hard this year, not just by COVID, but, here in New Jersey, we're still dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Ida, and families are just really struck by the idea of needing to provide for themselves. And it's been very difficult this year for the last really 18 months for families to be able to do that. And so the Salvation Army really tries to stand in the gap and provide people what they need to make it through to when they can sustain themselves. And we do that all over the state in various ways. The Salvation Army's expression of ministry varies based on the community. We really have a lot of autonomy to do and be what a community needs us to do and be. And so it's not going to look the same in every community, but that if the Salvation Army is there, the folks that are involved there stand ready to help in any way that the community needs and can be supported by the community.
Major, I know we often ask how people can help, and I do want to get to that, but I think more importantly is if somebody is in need of help, perhaps how would they reach out to the Salvation Army? How would they take advantage of the programs that are offered in their community?
Yeah, in almost every community in New Jersey, there's an opportunity to contact the Salvation Army, whether it be through the local Salvation Army unit. For example, here in Montclair, we have an office, a building in 13 Trinity Place, and we serve every day in that way. But even if there isn't, communicating with the Salvation Army state headquarters in Union is a great way to get pointed in the right direction. If there's not a physical presence for the Salvation Army in a community, oftentimes we have what we call service units, which is local volunteers providing the service of the Salvation Army in that community. And so a really good starting place is salvationarmynj.org. That's the state Salvation Army website. And there's all kinds of information there that can be had as far as how to contact your local Salvation Army. That's really the best first step.
Yeah. Tell us about the Salvation Army Angel Tree. I know that's a really easy way to help your neighbors in need.
Yeah, that's a great way to help. Families come to us with a need for toys for their family at Christmas time, and so the Salvation Army has developed a program that we call Angel Tree. Quite often, it'll actually be a Christmas tree in a location with tags on it, and the tag will indicate, a specific toy or the kind of toy that a child would like, and an individual can take that tag, purchase that toy, and usually bring it back to right to where the tree location is. There's a toy collection there as well, and those toys then are gathered, they're bundled and delivered to the family on Christmas or around Christmas, and that's really a great way to help. We have all kinds of partnerships with corporations like Walmart that help us coordinate that and make sure that people aren't just buying random gifts, although that's really beneficial as well, but we're able to meet maybe even some specific requests for children and for families that may otherwise just may not have anything under the tree. That's a difficult thing to think of, but it's true for so many families in New Jersey and across the country. And we try to provide relief in that way. I think in the graphic, you just saw a really good shot of what a tree might look like. So if you're at a local department store, you can be on the lookout for that tree and maybe ask the store if that's something that they're involved with, because that's an important part of what we do at this time of year.
Yeah. And Major, we often think of the Salvation Army and the gifts and Christmas and the folks who volunteer and stand outside and ring the bells at the grocery stores and things like that. How's the Salvation Army helping this week with people during Thanksgiving?
Yeah, there's all kinds of options. Again, like I said, in every location, it might be a little bit different because we're at liberty to do what the community needs. For example, here in Montclair, you just heard from our friends at Tony's Kitchen that are providing a meal basket. At the Salvation Army in our location at 13 Trinity Place, we're actually serving a meal on Thanksgiving Day. So if you're someone that's in need of that, or maybe just doesn't want to eat alone, it doesn't have to be that you don't have anything to eat. It may be that you want something more than just where you're at. You're welcome to join us at 11:30 at our building and enjoy a freshly cooked Thanksgiving meal. So that will vary from community to community, but there's always some sort of outreach that goes on Thanksgiving Day because, from where I sit, Thanksgiving is an overlooked holiday, and we all need to have things to be thankful for. And even if it's just the provision of a small meal on that day that the Salvation Army can provide, hopefully we can all give thanks for what we've been provided for in that way, and provide for a happy holiday.
Yeah, Major, and that's so lovely. I love that you mentioned, even if somebody just doesn't want to eat alone, because we're finding more and more that loneliness is probably just as dangerous to your health as drinking or smoking. So that's what a wonderful, way to provide somebody a solution for something like that.
Well, and hasn't that been the case? I mean, for the last 18 months, so many of us have been alone in some way. We've been sequestered, and even just the idea of being able to sit around a table with people is new and it's novel, and we long for that kind of connection with people. So if that's part of it, yeah, come on down. We're happy to serve a meal.
How can people get involved?
Yeah, the best way to be involved this year is really to volunteer time. I'm at a local situation here in Montclair, and if anybody asks me that for my community, I say, if you're willing to do it, offer to ring a bell at a kettle for an hour or two and fill in a gap in that way. Of course, monetary donations are always important. And again, I would point you to salvationarmynj.org as sort of a hub for offering yourself to volunteer at a different location, there's a giving platform there that gives you an opportunity to provide resource for what we do on a day-to-day basis. Finding a way to donate a new toy for a kid to have at Christmas time is really important. If one of these kind of strikes you and resonates with you, then we stand ready to help you be able to do that, because it's so important for us to have partners in that way during this season. We're grateful for the generosity of the people around this state, and we just pray it will continue this year.
Major, thank you so much, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, thanks. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Thanks for having me.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Thanks. Bye-bye.
I have all the feels between those two interviews.
Yes.
There's just, you know what, there's so much good to be done.
Mhm.
There really is. Speaking of good things, though, coming up next, we're talking pie with New Jersey's top pie maker, Pure Love Pies.
First, make sure to check out all the decorations on our set. They're provided by our friends at Just Jersey in Morristown. Check them out at justjerseygoods.com.
And of course, you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll keep you up to date on who's going to be coming up on the show. Be sure to click follow at NJ Morning Show.
The American Lung Association invites you to join us outside in 2021 for our Fight for Air Climb events. Now more than ever, we need you in the fight for clean air and healthy lungs. Let's go outside and climb, because every step counts. Visit us at lung.org.
Swing the hips.
Oh boy, they weren't kidding. Whew.
You're looking for a gold crown.
Sure. So you say you're helping people through. How are you doing that?
Welcome back to the New Jersey Morning Show. Let's check in with meteorologist Mike Favetta on the Garden State weather forecast.
Good morning to you both, Lisa Marie and Kara. Hope you're having a great day. We've got an awesome weekend ahead weather-wise.
Nice.
Maybe get some early shopping done before the big holiday rush.
Where is it?
I mean,
We're due already?
It's around the
Yeah.
corner. Yeah, it's around the, you don't
You
want
know,
to wait.
normally I'm like a week of kind of gal, but clearly with the whole supply chain shortage, you can't do that now.
No, you're all getting baked goods. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Plus, there's so many early Black Friday sales happening,
Yeah.
so that may help entice you to hit the malls. Maybe beat the crowds. Okay, maybe not. Well, we've got some great weather for if you want to get out this weekend and enjoy the sunny weather. Now, most of the foliage has peaked across the state. However, there are still some trees here and there that are really showing off with those lovely shades of red, and you'll be able to see that with the beautiful bright blue sky and, of course, lots of sun throughout this afternoon. Not a whole lot of warmth, though, especially with temperatures holding today in the 40s. These are our highs. They're actually running a few degrees below average, so after so much warm weather yesterday, temperatures crashed overnight, and now we rebound into the 40s throughout this afternoon. A little bit of a wind through the end of the day, but I think throughout this weekend, the wind relaxes. So we keep the cool weather, 40s tomorrow yet again, but warm it up into the 50s on Sunday, also remaining dry. So whether you're up in Morristown, 49 as your high on Sunday, make it into the 50s over in Newark. Same for you toward Belmar, Trenton, and Camden, all sharing the mid to upper 50s. That'll feel quite pleasant, even if you plan to head out to MetLife Stadium, because the Jets are taking on the Miami Dolphins, and you can enjoy a very cool scene there with a kickoff time temperature of 55 degrees. But remember, the sun will set before the fourth quarter. So some pretty cool weather returning there. Speaking of, we will talk in a few minutes about how many weeks we have left in fall before winter is in full swing. And of course, take a look at the 7-day forecast, give you your Thanksgiving forecast. That coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Mike.
You bet.
So the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is such an iconic American tradition, even for those who watch it on TV, which I do every year.
Why stand out in the cold when you get the best view from the television anyway?
Exactly. This year, there are several new floats and balloons. The theme of the parade is a feast for your stomach and your eyes.
My goodness.
You will see something completely new this year called a Falloonicle.
I was so glad that was in your script and not mine.
I'm actually surprised I pronounced it correctly. And even that's debatable.
Yeah.
That's part float, part balloonicle. I don't even know what a balloonicle is.
I'm not entirely sure myself, but check it out.
Yeah. Going with the theme, take a look at the Heinz Gravy Boat pirate ship.
It's really cute.
Oh, that is.
Then there's this peacock float, which has 2 live cameras streaming, so you'll get a bird's eye view of the parade.
See, again, another reason, just watch it on TV.
Watch it on TV.
Exactly. There is a Louisiana-themed float that brings a little Mardi Gras to New York.
I like that it's mounted on the alligator. I like it.
Yes.
And check out Kalahari. It features an elephant family designed by a South African artist.
Wow. Sailing down 34th Street, a Disney Cruise Line ship. And of course, the parade will wrap up with a visit from Santa Claus.
So iconic, really. That's always the best part with Santa at the end of the parade. I'm 32 years old, and it's still my favorite part is the end of the parade.
Do you know where they fill the balloons up, or the Falloonicles?
In Central Park.
No, a lot of it is done in New Jersey.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I know we always, when I was doing news they would always do the shots out of Central Park. So I guess I do a few of them over there and then the rest over here.
In New Jersey, because I had the Today Show on the other morning and they were going live from New Jersey.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. So we have a big part in the Macy's.
We're always like the
Parade.
supporting character that never gets the credit. It's really not fair.
No, it definitely isn't. But so are you... what are you doing for Thanksgiving? What are you cooking up?
We just put our menu together last night. So it's a small gathering this year. So we're like 5 or 6 people.
Oh, okay.
So we were thinking, so nobody in my family actually really enjoys turkey. So we're like, let's just do a roast chicken instead.
Oh my, wow. Okay.
That's going to be better. But I think I'm going to make a pasta course as well. And then, all the sides, my sister-in-law is going to make a cheesecake. So we kind of, like I said, we take the whole American meal and superimpose it into an Italian style dinner, and it gets long.
So we're having 20 people.
Oh, look at you.
20 people. Well, not me. Not me. My parents.
I've cooked with you before.
Yeah, no, my parents are having 20 people, 3 babies, a toddler.
They're probably thrilled though.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. But my brother, so his whole thing is the fried turkey. And
that is the way to do it.
To perfect this fried turkey thing for the past 5 years. He just bought a thermometer that you can place in the fryer.
In the oil, yeah.
So to really give an accurate portrayal as to what's going on with the turkey. So hopefully, it'll
Lisa
be
Marie,
a home run this year. Yes, Mike.
Is your brother frying this turkey in his driveway, your parents' driveway?
My parents' backyard.
Okay. Has he done this before?
Yes.
All right. Because you know to put down the cardboard, because 20 years ago in my parents' driveway, we did the fried turkey and the oil stains are still there 20 years later.
Oh, boy.
So be sure to put down the cardboard soak up the little splashes.
This is year 5 for him. Year 1, it didn't cook all the way. Year 2, I think it cooked too much. So it's still a perfect science. And every year it's like, we're not going to do it anymore. But he's very persistent.
It was a memory of Thanksgivings past.
Yeah. Yes. Mike, what are you doing?
I am waking up at 5 in the morning and driving to the west side of the city. Got tickets to the grandstands of the Macy's parade.
Wow.
So you are
Very excited about it.
Yeah. So I've never been to it in person. Like it's one of the, it's on my bucket list, but
yeah, as a child I was, and I remember I couldn't see a thing because we were crowded like this, standing. But to have tickets and to have seats is a very different story. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited about it.
Look at you, VIP status at the Macy's Thanksgiving parade. I love it.
When your other half is the Macy's director, it sort of helps.
I did not realize that.
That'll do it.
That's it. So yeah, looking forward to dry weather, which is very important. And even those traveling, traveling around New Jersey, you don't want to deal with rain or with any sort of wintry precip.
Right.
And Thanksgiving Day looks dry and calm and very pleasant. So we like that for traffic purposes.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, and so many people do commute through the area for Thanksgiving and so, rather than flying or anything like that. So there's always that, that rush on the roads.
And it's good for the faloonicles.
Yeah.
Faloonicles. I can't wait to see this faloonicle in person.
We need to ask Stephanie if we're saying that properly, please. Can you just confirm that?
I will confirm. Yes, there was a call yesterday, and I was hearing all these things. Oh, a little sneak peek. I think Jeffrey the giraffe from Toys R Us, because there's that new Toys R Us and Macy's partnership.
Yeah.
Jeffrey's making an appearance in some way.
Oh, nice.
Look at that. We're getting all the behind
All
the
the
scenes,
inside 411.
all the inside scoop on the NJ Morning Show. All right, we are talking more Thanksgiving up next, mixing up cocktails with the amazing Carlos Ruiz.
And you can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll keep you updated on who is going to be on the show and much more. Be sure to check us out and click follow.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
It's me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Swing the hip.
Oh boy, they weren't kidding.
You're looking for a gold crown.
Sure. So you say you're helping people through. How are you doing that?
Welcome back to the New Jersey Morning Show. Let's bring back in meteorologist Mike Favetta, get a check of that Jersey weekend forecast. And as we head into Thanksgiving, what are we looking at, Mike?
Looking wetter to start the week with some rain, but then dry going into Tuesday and Wednesday just in time for Thanksgiving. So it improves, especially with all of the sunny weather that's around this weekend. We'll take it. Got to get in all the sunshine we can, because as we approach the winter solstice, you've noticed that sun is setting earlier and earlier each day. And here we are, just over a month until the day of the year where we have the least amount of daylight, the quote-unquote shortest day of the year. Even though every day is 24 hours, I kind of laugh at that. But yes, there will be some pretty long nights ahead, and that occurs in just over a month. So temperatures are running actually a little bit cooler than average this week, and you see how in a month the normal high is 43 degrees and the normal low is 30 degrees. That's basically our temperatures today. It's going to be much chillier throughout this afternoon and even going into tomorrow afternoon. Of course, the wind helping to give us a little bit of a wind chill. Now, the 7-day forecast has plenty of sunshine there, except for Monday. That's the only day I think we have rain and wind. Kind of a generally yucky day. But most of that frozen precipitation stays far away, so I don't think it's too much of a concern for most of New Jersey, maybe some of the higher elevations there in Sussex County. Beyond the weekend weather, which is both days are looking spectacular, nice and clear, nice and dry and calm. We have our hiccup on Monday. That's the one day of rain and wind. And then we clear things out by Tuesday. Likely see a little bit of a breezy chill by Tuesday afternoon, but with highs climbing back into the low 50s by Thursday. It'll feel very pleasant for Thanksgiving. Yes, chilly in the morning. That bottom temperature in blue, 36 degrees, will be pretty cold to start off the day, but with a high of 51, it's actually quite average for Thanksgiving. So not anticipating the coldest weather or the warmest weather. We'll be just right there in between. Great weather for watching a parade at home, as you guys were saying, or maybe cooking your feast for many or for few. It looks very pleasant going into next week.
Good stuff, Mike. We'll take it for sure. Thank you very much.
You bet.
So have you started watching Christmas movies yet?
No, there is no Christmas until after Thanksgiving.
Okay. Well, I haven't either, but I have started with the music.
No, I don't even do it. No, after
okay.
Thanksgiving.
Okay. Well, our producer, Gerald D'Amber, one of his favorite Christmas movies is Elf. And guess what? You can see Elf live on stage right here in New Jersey. Joining us is Ginny Brennan from Music Mountain Theater in Lambertville. Good morning, Ginny.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. So Elf on stage sounds like so much fun. Tell us all about it.
First of all, it is fun. I will say that. Everyone, I'm sure, is familiar with the movie starring the wonderfully funny Will Ferrell. And the whole story is a sweet story anyway. So we got the rights to do it last year. And we are very happy, first of all, to be open again and to be doing live theater. So we started to do some auditions, did some casting, and I will say that the casting choice of Patrick Mertz was amazing. He is the sweetest, funniest, heartwarming buddy that you're probably going to see live on stage. I believe there's a picture of him and Santa right there on your show. This is Jovi, who actually is his wife in real life, which is very lovely. Yes.
What a production this looks like.
Well, these are productions of other things that we have done over the years. This is Frozen, which is on our schedule for next year. This is what we're doing right now for the kids, Frosty and Rudolph. That is the D-Pack 3-pack. That's we started the show, and then I threw in some pictures of what the theater looked like as we were building it from scratch, from literally a hole in the ground.
Wow.
Jenny, tell us a little bit about the theater. When did you guys open up, and what kind of, is it always musicals? Is it, what other types of productions do you put on?
I'll give you a brief, I don't know how long we have, but I'll give you a brief history. It actually started 20 years ago as a small studio in downtown Lambertville. It was actually called Downtown Performing Arts Center. And it was basically a studio for kids who wanted to go into theater but needed more training. So that's how we started. And we quickly grew. We actually changed into 3 different studios before we wound up on Route 179, a little further up from where the theater is today. And we got an opportunity to perform at Washington's Crossing Open Air Theater in Titusville, New Jersey. We did that for 7 seasons. Our audiences grew, our performers grew. The agony of performing outside is a whole other story. Heat, cold, wind, rain, snakes, bats, bugs.
Oh my goodness.
You name it.
So you have a newfound appreciation for those ancient Greek and Roman amphitheater actors, right?
Yes, I do. But perseverance and enthusiasm from the audiences and dedication of our performers and an amazing artistic staff in my son Jordan and his husband Louis Brennan. Oh, sorry, Paulina, excuse me. We were able to start searching for an indoor space, which took a good amount of years and board members and all that stuff going on. And I happened to drive by a little sign that said warehouse for rent. And it literally was a hole in the ground. So I went into Mike Strober. He has a roofing company, and he was planning just to put up a warehouse for himself and his trucks and things like that. And he said, sure, I'll help you turn it into a theater. And we all went, oh, now what? So we started fundraising and really asking for volunteers. And we worked very hard. There are many pictures I could show you of the theater with hundreds of employees, volunteers. And some employees as well at that point, coming in and painting and building and doing everything possible to make it happen. We opened in September of 2017, and our audiences grew, and we continued to go, of course, until March of 2020, when we had to shut down. But we continue to perform virtually. We did classes virtually. We went for quite some time. We did summer drive-in movies in our parking lot. So
nice.
Very cool.
we worked very hard on keeping Music Mountain Theater alive until we were able to reopen.
Yeah, what a story. So with all of these productions going on, how do you cast for them? Are they all local actors?
Our auditions are open to anyone. So we have them 3 times a year, ages 7 through 100, if that should ever happen. So we do get many, many people coming in. We are very proud of the performers that we do have. People say to me, oftentimes coming out of productions, boy, these people belong on Broadway. They're so talented. And my answer to them is, not everyone either wants to be on Broadway or has the opportunity or wherever they are in their lives, but it certainly doesn't mean they're not as talented as the people that are on Broadway. So
absolutely.
That's my
and just as a note, our own Laura Jones's daughter Kate is actually playing an elf this year as well for you guys.
Yeah, she is. She has grown up with us, and it's going to be amazing. We see many of our students going off to college. We have one student who's now on a Broadway show, and some of them do regional theater, and it makes us very proud that we had something to do with their career choice and their path.
Yeah, that is absolutely fantastic. Ginny, again, so anybody who wants to get involved in theater at Music Mountain Theater, where do they go? Who do they talk to?
We have a website, Music Mountain Theater, spelled R-E at the end, not E-R, .org. And you can find out anything about auditions, signing up for classes. We have another session starting in January. We have classes in musical theater, acting, dance, just to get some of the youngins ready. And our list of shows, we do have our 2022 season up as well. So we're excited about that.
That's great.
And folks can buy tickets there as well?
Upcoming is, they can buy tickets on the website as well. And the next show coming up is A Christmas Carol, which we would have done 11 years in a row, but we skipped one. So it's a classic.
Yes.
And then we end with a big band holiday concert, which is amazing. So that's how we end 2021, and we're looking forward to moving on.
We're looking forward to it as well. And as a former theater kid myself, I'm glad to see theater back live and in person. Ginny, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Happy Thanksgiving and enjoy your weekend.
Same to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ginny. Next, we're talking about focusing on fitness during the holidays with Fit Like Chris. And you can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll keep you updated on who is going to be on the show and much more. Be sure to check us out and click follow.
The American Lung Association invites you to join us outside in 2021 for our Fight for Air Climb events. Now more than ever, we need you in the fight for clean air and healthy lungs. Let's go outside and climb, because every step counts. Visit us at lung.org.
Swing the hips. Oh boy, they weren't kidding. Whew.
You're looking for a gold crown.
Sure. So you say you're helping people through. How are you doing that?
Welcome back to the New Jersey Morning Show. So, Lise, one of the best parts of the holidays is being fun and being creative with your cocktails. So what can you make if you're entertaining this year? We've got you covered. Award-winning mixologist who loves to dance and spread good vibes is here. Please welcome Carlos Ruiz to the show. Carlos, I'm so happy to see you, my friend. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Carlos.
Hey.
So I love all your videos. You're always doing something fun, funny. You're embracing your culture with the dancing, the Latin beats, the good vibes. How did you get started doing all this?
Oh my God. Well, I gotta tell you, I'm a big fan of music. So just growing up, the whole house was always playing music. We were always dancing some salsa, bachata, merengue. And I wanted to combine two loves, music and cocktails. And since I'm in the cocktail industry, I decided to shake up some cocktails with some songs. And then out of nowhere, people seem to really like it because I feel like it just translates. Me having fun here, hopefully it makes you have fun over there on the other side, even if we're not, together.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what are you're going to show us a drink recipe today. What's a great cocktail that we can serve up for Thanksgiving and the upcoming holiday season?
Definitely. So Thanksgiving, I automatically think of cranberries. So cranberries,
Yes,
rosemary, all those Thanksgiving flavors. So this is sort of a take on a mojito with the margarita, had a baby, and you have this fall-inspired cocktail. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to roll out your limes. Now, this is a really cool tip that I highly recommend that everybody does because you really want to get all those oils, aromatics, and the juices really flowing out of the lime. And then we're going to grab our trusty shaker, but don't fuss. If you don't have a shaker at home or any of these fancy tools, that's totally fine. You could use literally anything that has a lid as long as you're able to cover the shaker and shake it up so you could dilute it, you'll be fine. So we're going to put half a lime right in here. So another tip, 1 lime equals 1 ounce. So half a lime equals half an ounce. So we're adding half an ounce of your fresh lime juice. And
Carlos, this will make 1 drink, right? It's 1 serving?
Yes, this will make 1 drink. And now we need our sweetener. So we're going to be adding some agave because the tequila is made from agave. So we got to use a little bit of agave syrup. And we're going to be putting the same amount of lime. So half an ounce. Now we're going to be adding our tequila, 1.5 ounces.
Now, and Carlos, I know because you and I have done a tequila class together, I think, and you were talking about there's different types of tequila. What should people look for if they're making this? Is there something they should look for if they're making this drink?
Yeah, definitely. So since, the fall, you want warm flavors. If you go with a Blanco tequila, you're not going to have the vanilla, the toffee, the caramel flavor. So I highly recommend going with maybe a reposado, something that has been aged in American white oak barrels, or even maybe some wine barrels. So you're going to get more of those delicious flavors that kind of translates to fall. And
I like it.
The last ingredient, some cranberry juice. We're going to be doing 1 ounce of that right into the tin. And that's going to give it that beautiful red color that we all want. All right. Now let's grab some ice. Throw it right in there. Cap it. Think of your favorite song. And then start shaking and do a little turn.
I was waiting for the dancing. Love it.
There you go. Now we crack it open. Let's grab our rocks glass. A nice big ice cube right in there.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh yeah. Presentation is key. You wanna make your guests say, wow, this is a great cocktail. And now we string everything right on top.
Oh, look at that color.
Yeah. And now for garnish, because garnish is very important, apart from making the cocktail look beautiful, the garnish really elevates all those other flavors in the drink. So when you have like mint, rosemary, or any herbs, what you want to do is slap it to release all those aromatics, give it a little to the side, right in there. And then you have some cranberries. And there you have it. I actually don't have a name for this cocktail, so please help me out. You have tequila.
Our viewers, yes. Let's have them write in.
Yes,
sure.
I was gonna say we'll post a picture and we want you guys to log on to Instagram and let us know what you think we should call this. I definitely think it needs to involve like the NJ Morning Show Christmas cocktail or something. Like we need to make this happen.
Exactly. And by the way, I have a little buzz going just looking at the screen. It's been a long time.
I was going to say, yeah, you've been without alcohol for quite some time.
Yes. So.
Hey, Carlos, where can we find your videos, your channel, what else do you got going on?
Yeah, definitely. So please look me up on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok at Cocktails by C. I post regularly, probably once a day. Cocktail recipes, some bar tricks, some tips and tricks of the trade, and there's a lot of dancing. So hopefully, you'll check it out.
Awesome. Carlos, thank you so much. And again, we'll have we'll get that recipe up on njonair.com as well for everybody. And again, you can follow him at Cocktails by C. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, you said, and log on to our Instagram, and because we want to hear what we should call this cocktail that you're just getting here now from Carlos. So thank you so much, my friend. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. I'll see you.
Always a good time, Carlos. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, let's bring in meteorologist Mike Favetta. And Mike, didn't that cocktail look beautiful?
Oh, liked and followed. I'm all about that cocktail. Wow, that looks incredible.
He's fantastic. And his videos really are so, I mean, he's always that little dance that he does. I mean, it's so much fun. He really just is a wonderful person. I've worked with him for many years, quite frankly. So while we're shaking up our cocktails this weekend, are we going to have some nice weather to go with it?
You're going to have some beautiful weather to go along with it. Excellent cocktail weather, especially throughout each evening. Something to keep you warm, right? Because the nights are going to get chilly going forward, especially overnight tonight. We'll be down in the 30s, a little bit of wind, maybe make it feel like the 20s with the wind chills. So yes, a little bit of a Thanksgiving flair cocktail could certainly make it a little bit warmer. Our forecast for the next 7 days, staying chilly. There will be plenty of sunshine. That's the good part going into tomorrow and again on Sunday. Great weather until Monday, because Monday is a day where we see mostly wet weather all around as some rain and wind move into New Jersey, also keeping the temperature a little bit cooler. However, colder weather arrives for Thursday and Friday, but it's going to be drier as we head to the middle of the week. So that's just like a one-day sale with that rain on Monday. Right back to the sunny weather come Tuesday and Wednesday with highs that climb back up into the low 50s. So we'll be cooler than average for a few days next week, but we're right back up to where we should be just in time for Thanksgiving. So excellent weather to enjoy. Great weather this weekend. And today, just a little shock to the system after so much warmth and sunshine yesterday. And now we're back to the cold this weekend. But coming up on the third weekend in November, it's about time that we should have some chilly weather since it's been so mild, at least for the last few weeks.
Yeah, I was outside the whole day yesterday with the baby, just soaking. I figured it's the last 70-degree day of 2021.
Right.
For
sure. I did the same thing with the dog. I was like, come on, we're going for a long walk.
Yeah, exactly. Really quick, I know we're going to have the cocktail up on our Instagram. Mike, did you happen to see the poll we had going on last week during the show?
Oh, did we get our results in from that?
We did.
Really?
What were they? Do you remember?
Yeah, Jimmy G. He was
our winner?
He was our winner. Jimmy Garoppolo, the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. But it was Jimmy G. It was Paul Rudd. It was your guy.
Yes, Aaron Pierre.
And Mike Favetta.
Well, thank you. I feel honored. And flattered.
Mike, you were runner-up.
Oh, that's so nice. I'm
Yeah.
really glad to hear it. I just wish I had an updated photo with a little bit of the facial hair, because the photo that was there was like my baby photo. So maybe I'll get working
for 2022. We'll get new headshots for the show.
There you go.
All right, Mike. Thank you very much.
Mike.
All right, so we've been talking food and booze this entire show, of course, because Thanksgiving is coming up, but all of that can kind of take a toll on your health. So here to help us is fitness trainer and creator of the FLK Method app and Bikini Boot Camp, Crystal Weisberg. Good morning.
Good morning. What's up, guys?
Hi, how are you?
Oh my God, this is so fun. I'd first like to just start by saying I am not as entertaining as Carlos. So
okay. It's okay. No one is nearly as entertaining as Carlos. That's really
He's one of a kind.
Yes, he really is. So, but thank you for joining us. We certainly appreciate it. I've seen some of your videos. You are rather entertaining, actually. Though.
I appreciate that.
What is, as we head into the holidays, I think so many people, go in with like this guilt or these, restrictive thoughts about what they can or can't eat or what they should or should be doing. What should kind of be the mindset as we head into the holidays?
So there are there's endless advice out there. I could go on forever, but we only have so much time. So the first thing I would say is that a lot of time on Thanksgiving Day, I know from personal experience and from thousands of people that I've heard from and trained throughout the years, that on Thanksgiving Day or before, people usually don't eat like the day of. They save it for Thanksgiving or whatever. I would say one of the most important things during Thanksgiving week is just to eat regular meals. If you are not that hungry when the dinner comes, like, you'll enjoy it, you'll still have it, but you're less likely to overeat, which is the problem. And the next day you feel kind of like crap. I would also say hydrate. It was just like two kind of really simple things that will really help you the whole week. It's like drink whatever your body weight is, divide that by 2. That's how many ounces of water you should drink at a minimum. And then just do that the whole week. You can have Carlos's cocktails in between. And then just make sure you eat regular meals, like eat breakfast, eat lunch. And then by the time Thanksgiving dinner comes, you'll have one plate in like maybe seconds. But I know, again, from personal experience, that I used to not eat all day. And then Thanksgiving dinner, which happens at like 2, came. And then you're just eating like all your meals you miss on Thanksgiving. And then it just results in not feeling too great. So I would just say hydrate and eat normally throughout the week.
What do you say to people who are struggling to get started with their fitness?
Oh, this is a good one. First, shout out to the FLK Method crew. Those are what my people are called. And one of the biggest things that I think helps people stick to and get into a fitness routine is the community. And doing it with somebody. Like, doing anything on your own is really tough. And then when it comes to sticking to something on your own, also really just challenging. So I would say to talk to people that are your friends or family that are into fitness or workout. We all have one of those cousins who, works out too much. And just talk to them about what they're doing, or someone who you respect or like that maybe is a colleague. Word of mouth is really important. That's where I draw most of my clients from, is just people that work out with me. They tell a friend or family member, and that's sort of how I grew and where we are. So I would say looking for something that not looking for just the results of what you're going to get, but also, does this place you're looking at have a community? Because getting into a routine and sticking to it, that's a really important part, is accountability and people to be there waiting for you to show up, so to speak.
Yeah. So Chris, how did you get started in fitness, and why did this become important to you?
Long story short, I had an aortic aneurysm when I was 14.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Almost took me out. But my doctors for a while told me to stay away from extreme exercise. If anybody's ever worked out with me, they know that that's pretty much all I do. But I didn't do any sort of fitness until I was in my late 20s. I worked in the nightlife industry, which completely, as New York City nightlife industry, so completely kind of tore me apart.
Yeah.
And so I got into yoga because that was sort of allowed under the guidance of my doctors. And then, I'm not saying try this at home, but I started listening to my body more than my doctors, and started trying a little bit different sort of fitness. And I had a lot of business experience in promotions. So I kind of wanted to bring that to fitness. And, 10 years later, I'm here, but yoga was the gateway drug. And then I got, so many certifications, worked at so many different studios, business and fitness wise. And then during COVID, I started my own business, which is FLK Method, which is the virtual fitness studio.
Yeah. And tell us about that app and what it features.
So I teach about 20 live classes a week, meaning you can tune in and work out with us, which is the FLK crew. A lot of people, I feel I've done a lot of virtual workouts, and I can truly say it doesn't feel virtual. You feel like you're part of something, and I'm seeing you. I can see everybody that's doing the class if you choose. A lot of people keep their video off, but throughout the whole week, I hit the whole body. So I have body part specific workouts. All my workouts are super short. You don't need to work out for a long time to get results. It's really just consistency over time. So whether it's 15 or 30 minutes a day, as long as you're doing that consistently, you're going to get better results than if you like go hard, in my opinion and experience, like an hour to 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. Next week, I'm actually having a series of free classes for people to try. So I was so excited to be invited here to get the word out and tell more people. But I have a series of Thanksgiving themed 15-minute classes, all body part specific. I think Monday we're kicking off with turkey thigh blaster. So don't.
I love it.
I like get wasted.
Yeah, get wasted. Yeah, that's actually, so Fit Like Chris was before FLK Method. That's who I am, and that's sort of how I got started. But I do challenges free all the time. So even if you don't do my classes or you're hesitant to start anything, I would say just follow me on Instagram, Fit Like Chris, just to get to know my personality. Make sure you like me, because there's a lot of my personality throughout these classes and my business. And I do free challenges open to everybody. And my goal is specifically to target women who think they can't do it, or it's too late, or they're never going to have, the type of body they want. They're never going to feel the way they want. And I was there, and I've come so far, and I've seen so many women come so far, and sort of that's just my mission, is like one healthy thing at a time. Even if I can convince you to drink enough water and it starts there, perfect. And everybody kind of will get into it at their own time.
Yeah.
Chris, thank you so much. So again, the app is FLK Method, right? And is that on both Apple and Android?
Yes.
Awesome. And then your website, where can folks find you online?
FitLikeChris.com.
Excellent. And social media?
Fit Like Chris or FLK Method.
Very cool. Chris, thank you.
Oh no, this side.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
There you go.
She's got the branding down pat. The promotion thing is working really well.
I did this in a mall kiosk. Like,
love it.
3 years ago. Everyone's like, "Can I have that one?" I'm like, "Nope, only made one."
Only made one. That's it. That's how you do it. Yeah. Chris Weisberg, thank you very much for joining us. Have a happy Thanksgiving yourself, and we will definitely be checking out those free classes next week. Thanks so much.
Awesome, Rick. Guys, have a good weekend.
Thanks,
you too.
Chris. Bye. I needed that dose of motivation.
Yeah.
Since the fall started, I got off my workout track.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on it. I've been doing pretty good.
Good.
You know what? I think I'm among the rare people who I do better on my own. I prefer to do it by myself. There can't be witnesses is really what it comes down to.
It's kind of like my cooking.
I'm like, no one should see me suffer this way.
Exactly. Yes. But Chris, I mean, she's been doing, or Alex Lee, I know, does a lot with Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's been around for a while. So
yes.
I don't know. I kind of want a glass of water now.
Yes.
That was a great reminder.
It is a good reminder. I'm a little overdue. Yeah, definitely. The coffee went in, no problem.
Oh,
but the water, not so much.
No, exactly.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. We will have a show for you, of course, once again, next Friday at 9 a.m.
Yes, and you can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll keep you updated on who is going to be on the show. Be sure to check us out and click follow. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you back here next Friday at 9 a.m.